Hello, feminine. I feel again like I'm waking up from a dream, from a long, long deep sleep. And I feel like since waking up, I want nothing more than to tell you everything. I want to send you all the notes that I've written to you over all this time and never sent. Some of them I don't remember writing them, but I remember feeling them. And then when I read them, I remember how much I wanted to send them to you. How much I needed you so many nights. And you were right there, too. It's not like you were far. I could have texted, I could have called. There were so many times too that we could have connected and it didn't have to be anything weird. And then I thought about it, like, why was it so weird? Why was it so odd? And then I realized, right in the moment that I was getting ready to send you something meaningful, more than just a hello or a wow or a what are other people doing. That's when my karmic came in. And she needed me to go shopping again. She needed me to fix something. She needed me to do things. She needed me. She needed me. She needed me. She always seems to have this infinite honey-do list. And I think I'm starting to understand more about what you meant about someone who needs you versus someone who wants you. And I think I'm also starting to see what you mean. I know you teased me a few times about her making me go to work with her not driving the car that I got her not doing almost anything around the house unless I make a big deal out of it. You tried to warn me that those were ways to keep me stuck. Those were ways to keep me feeling needed, and they didn't have to be in a good way. And it reminds me what you said about kids too, that when you're not getting any attention, even bad attention is good attention. And that made me realize how checked out I've been in this situationship in general. Most especially once I realized I did not think very far ahead when I jumped in with this karmic. And it's not even just her either. I realized that I have been holding on to other karmics, not just lovers, others too. And that's when the tears really started to fall in like a heavy rain, because even when the karmics I live with were not the ones gaining my time and attention, distracting me from reaching out to you, it was others who'd been there before. Every time I wanted to connect with you, every time my heart screamed at me to reach out to my feminine, to say hello, to say sorry, to say, you're not wrong, it is real. That's when a karmic would come in. And even when it wasn't them, it was karmic thoughts about not being good enough, about how bad I've messed up, about how big the messes are that I've made. And then I would think about how many times you warned me, how many times you told me exactly what was going to happen. I feel like in one hand that I sit and think I didn't think far ahead at all, and then I look through our communications and I think about even even your voice in my head. And I wonder, I really don't understand all this twin flame stuff, but then I start to think, I wonder, is that telepathic communication thing that she talks about? Because I did hear you. I heard you tell me, that's a trick, that's a trap. Be careful with that. Have a boundary there. Don't do this. And I know you don't say I told you so, but I feel like I hear it anyways. when I didn't listen to that voice, when I didn't listen to your messages, when I didn't listen to all the lessons that you tried to help me learn when we were together. And I feel like I knew, like I had all the information. You made a trail of breadcrumbs for me so perfect as to lead me back to myself. And if I wanted back to you, you made a trail so clear that I could have gone anywhere with it, and I ignored it. And then in the moments that I realized I saw it and I was grateful for it and I wanted to tell you so much that I wish that you'd spoken up louder and fought harder, then I realized I wouldn't have listened. That's been part of my lesson, learning to listen, learning to focus. And now I sit here and the holidays are nearing, and all I can see is aloneness. My family wants to be with you. My friends don't want to be here. And I'm surrounded by people, the karmic and their kids and their family, but they're not my people. And they don't really like me either. I don't understand why they won't let me go. I don't understand why I stay. Though I think just being aware of that is starting to help me break away. I've broken it off with the karmic so many times, I lost count. I've kicked them out, I've left, we've fought. I'm not even 100% sure how it is that we're still in a situationship together. I know it has to do with my thinking and my drinking, and I started working on that a while ago. Though then my bratty butt got wrapped up in the fact that I think she realized she couldn't control me either, especially when I was drinking, and demanded that I stop, and so I didn't want to stop and let her think that I was doing it for her, because I'm not. I'm doing it for me this time. I stopped once before for you, though that didn't stick, and then I remembered something else that you taught me, or tried to, that you shouldn't do things because other people want them to. You should do them because you want to, and that's when they stick. And that's why I'm doing this for me. And it's also why I'm not rushing in. I'm not going to end this thing for you. I'm going to end it for me. And when I reach out, I want it to be for me too. I don't want it to be because I'm scared to be alone. I don't want it to be because you're the most loving person I've ever known. And even the most deserving. I want to do it right this time. So much of the separation reminds me of how we met, and I feel like I have one opportunity at a do-over. One opportunity to restart our union, to reset it, and to go into it in the way that I should have, way back when. And I'm sure that I'm going to screw it up in some sort of way, but I can at least screw it up a whole lot better, and with a lot more heart, and a lot less fear than I did before. I don't know. Things are still not clear yet. But I feel like the clarity and the focus are starting to come in. And dear feminine, I have to thank you for that. Because even though I didn't listen when you said something, I can now look back at everything you've done and everything you said and say that you did try, the effort was there, that you did genuinely care, that you do genuinely care. And I can look at your example and follow the breadcrumbs like Easter eggs until I find my sea legs and my voice. And oh boy, you better be ready when I do, because there's no stopping me from coming for my feminine and following my true heart.